Everyone. We do a lot of work with financial services companies. And the first thing they always ask, how do you export the data into Excel? Excel is everywhere and Excel is everything. Today I'm going to show you 7 different ways of automating working with Excel files without Excel installed. Before I start, can I ask you to like this video and to subscribe to our channel? If this video is confusing for you, or you have any questions or suggestions, please contact us and we'll do our best to help you. You'll find the link in the description. Okay, let's get started. Number 1, importing data from Excel. There are 2 ways of importing data from Excel. You can use import scripts or you can use transformations. Import scripts were created very long time ago when we originally released our software. The way it works is very simple. At the bottom you have source data, and at the top we have a list of target fields. So we just map them using drag and drop. And once mapping is completed, we can load the data into the database by pressing the import button. In this example, we loaded data into SQL Server and it took less than 1 second. We can actually see the data in the database by checking data target options. Here is the data. Let's talk about various options which are available for a data source. What we can do, we can select a mask to load multiple files. We can search in subdirectories. We can skip some lines. We can even select the sheets to load the data from, or we can set the mask to load the data from multiple sheets. We can also restrict number of rows to process. Let's move on to transformation. It's very similar to import script, but it provides much more functionality. Again, we have data reader properties, which are very similar. Everything is the same. And the mapping is done using a transform object. Can be done manually, or we have auto map option, which saves a lot of time. Again, we just press the green arrow and data is loaded. Okay, next step is converting Excel data into different format. Number of formats is supported. Again, the principle is the same. So you set up all the data reader details for Excel file, and then data writer allows you to change the format. In this example, we're creating a text file, the text file properties, or we can create XML or another Excel file. Or load data into various databases. Again, the process is the same. We just, once mapping is completed, we press the green arrow, and here's our text file. Number 4, creating new Excel file. All I need to do to change extension. When we're creating, we just setting that we're creating new file and creating header. Let's run it. There are some additional options for individual fields. For example, we can specify a formula. Like we can do like a simple calculation, like C1 plus C2 or something, like traditional Excel formulas. And we can also specify the format, which is the same as Excel, like that. Updating an existing file, number 4. If the file exists, we can say that we want to add data into existing file, and we can say that we want to clear the area first, or we want to clear entire sheet, or we just want to leave it as it is. And we can also say that we want to add the data starting from the top or from the specific cell. For example, if you generate an invoice file, so the invoice will usually have a header, and then it will have invoice items. So we can say that I want to insert my invoice items starting from specific cell. And it is also possible to specify the recalculate Excel file in the end. For very large Excel files, it might take a while. Our software supports up to 1 million rows, and it is a standard thing with latest version of Excel. Again, we just press the green arrow. Okay, it's complaining about something. So because I think we set incorrect cell reference, so we just do it from the top. Okay, it's all done. Number 5. Working with very complex Excel files. Sometimes Excel is so complicated, so it is not possible to load it into the database. But what we can do instead, we can simplify it first, and then load it into the database using import scripts or transformations. The way it is done by marking data blocks within Excel file which holds useful data. For example, here we have data block called date. We have another data block called addresses. We have 2 addresses next to each other. And we have a data block called company name. And we have a company information data block. Every data block can be then individually transformed using various steps. So what we can sort columns, join columns, filter rows, pivot, unpivot, etc. For example, we have a company information data block, which is vertical, but we want to rotate it horizontally, like this. So we say this is original, rotate it. Once all the steps are completed, we can combine all the blocks together and write them into Excel file. Here we have several data blocks selected. Every single one of them has a position. This is number 2, number 3, that was number 5. And we can move them like this. Once we finished working with block transformation, we can again run it by pressing execute button. All done. Another thing I forgot to mention is working with individual cells or updating the data. For example, if we want to convert the first name into uppercase, this can be easily done using one of the transformation functions. We have nearly 500 of them. See, it is converted into uppercase. Another thing I wanted to point that the file name here is exactly the same. So basically what we are doing here, we modify an existing file in memory. So it is loaded in memory first, then it is updated in memory, and we save it back. If we just run it and refresh it. It's not converted for some reason. Okay. So click it cancel. Yeah. I click it cancel by mistake. My fault. So let me edit again. Refresh it. See, everything is in uppercase. Okay, step number 6. Working with individual Excel sheets. Our software supports various Excel operations, such as checking a sheet exists, deleting sheet, adding new sheet, renaming, checking file format, changing file extension, for example, from XLS to XLSX, reading the individual cell value. A1, C1, I think this should work. Yeah, here it is. No, it's invalid, sorry. Never mind. Or it can set active sheet or keep sheet, or it can save a list of sheets into the file. Again, once we finish it working with Excel operation, we can just run it by pressing green arrow. And the last option is number 7, exporting data from the database into Excel. This can be also done by using transformation, but if you want to export multiple tables, the simplest and the easiest option is to use export data package action. So we just select the connection, and we say that we want to export data from those tables, and we say that our export format is Excel, is the file name, and we just run it by pressing the green arrow, and we can now check the log. And as you can see, it is created number of files for us. That's it. That was 7 ways of automating working with Excel without Excel. Our software can convert very complex data into much more simple format. This can be automated in multiple ways, and if you want us to assist you with transferring your data, please post your question on our support forum and we will help you. You'll find the link in the description. Thank you for watching.